and Web TV and people present here in the room. The topic of the conversation is like very important, like empowering women leadership for the civil society. And as most of us belong to the civil society organizations, and we ourselves, as you see the people on the panel, we also belong to the youth steering committee that handles the civil society engagement of young people. And one of the fact that we all should be aware, demographic fact that we all should be aware of the population of the world. What is the demographic? 68% of the world population, as you will see, is under the age of 34. And then there is another population that is under the age of 24. That is the, I think, 1.8 billion. That was the calculated population of under the age of 24. That was the UNFPA data from 2019 census from around the world. And most importantly, the population of women is 52% right now. That is more than half of the population. And then the population of young people included that. And we believe when we work, especially in Global South, we work on with the civil society organizations. We trying to work with the grassroots organizations. We trying to work with the community organizations and individuals. What we see is the huge marginalization and also lackness of the voices of the women leaders or the women in general not present when we look towards Global South. That is one of the big problems that we're facing when we try to engage there. And being the large number of population of the women that is in the world, especially the Global South, because the demographic of Global South is even more grave than the Global North. The population of women, and especially young women, is more in Global South, for say in Africa, South Asia, Middle East, and some part of the Pacific Asia as well. The number of the population of women is more, and young women is even more. And those are the regions, the places where we think when we try to get engaged with the civil society organizations on ground, we do not have that much of a participation that is from the women. Now we need to understand the root causes of the numbers that we are not having from there. The problem, the root causes, is it one-sided or it's from the both? The first thing is that yes, the systems, then the other things are in a way that are not welcoming or not very much obliging when the voices are coming from the women, especially in Global South, because there are cultures, religions, and all sorts of factors are into play in Global South. And then those factors are contributing towards such marginalization that is leading towards the less number of women coming into the decision-making process. And with the steering committee that we work with and with the other initiatives that we have, we try to bring younger women come up into the leadership ranks with us. And as now the steering committee that we have is all very much empowered by the woman. The chair is the woman, and my former co-chair, Rosalini, she's here. So we're trying to do what we can at our level, but a lot has to be done, especially from the civil society organizations, because in Global South, civil society organizations are very strong and they have a prominent voice. They have a prominent role to play, because what we have observed while working with the people in Global South, that they have lack of trust in their governments. They don't trust the governments. They don't very much rely on their governments. Then the role of the civil society organization is to bring those young women and those voices up into the leadership ranks, where we can, represent those voices here at the UN. So they can, talk about the issues. They can actually tell us how we can involve those young women into the policy making. So the approach that we're trying to have is to hear from them rather than we telling them that this is what you need to do. the issue is that we want to know from that what we have to do in terms of engaging those voices, those young women's voices, into the policy making and decision making here at the UN and elsewhere. So looking forward to the conversation that we will have on this issue. Thank you.